Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here, episode 258. My name is Tom.
My name's Ant.
And you can find us at abhpod.com, where somewhere on that page, scroll down a bit, there is an Amazon banner. It's coming up to Christmas. It's really not that far away now. Literally a month. So yeah, all your Christmas shopping should be getting done fairly soon if you want it by Christmas. I haven't started myself. No. But yeah, do it through the Amazon banner because we get 5% of your total basket spend. It just helps kind of with our site hosting fees.
Site hosting fees.
Yeah, that's the one.
Site hosting fees. Or you could give someone a whole year's worth of content from abhpod.com. By that. Somewhere close to that Amazon banner, there is also a Patreon banner for $1 a month, which I don't know what the exchange rate is at the minute, but it's
about 90p.
Oh, cool. So pretty much £1 a month. Yeah. You can get exclusive content. So after the podcast, which is just for the Patreon supporters, you can get early access to our YouTube videos as and when we record them. You can get our spoiler casts the week we record them. We did a spoiler cast last time we recorded together. Our patrons have already heard it. You haven't. If you're on the main feed and you're hearing this intro, you haven't. You've not heard it. I can guarantee you haven't heard it because you're hearing this intro. Because guess what? Our patrons get this episode without the intro as well. So they don't hear this bit. So get on the Patreon, please. And all of that content is delivered, all the audio content anyway, is delivered in an RSS feed that you just import to your podcatcher. I think, do people still call them podcatchers? Or your podcast app. You can import it and you get you get the artwork with the gold thumb, so you know it's the supporter feed. So all of that stuff just comes through automatically.
You can find us on all the social media platforms, well, Twitter at ABHpod and Facebook.com/ABHpod. Also YouTube.com/ABHpodcast. Because these go up on there as well.
They do. If you want to get in contact with us long form and you want to tell us a story, we've had emails from Robbie Polanco recently. abhpod@gmail.com, and just let us know if you don't want it read out on the podcast. Otherwise, we will automatically just read it because we need content.
We do, and we love hearing from you. On this episode, we talk about McFly and music venues,
Cybertruck versus Truckla,
films and wrestling,
and Brexit and paedophiles.
But first, what time is it?
Enjoy.
It's 20 past 10.
It's 20 past 10 and we're recording.
We're actually fucking recording.
Oh my God. Very efficient this morning.
Somehow.
It's because we're fresh, because it's only been 2 weeks since we last recorded together. It doesn't happen very often.
It doesn't, no. So, how have you been?
Yeah, I've been all right, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I was thinking this morning, I was sort of at home, I was like, well, I've not really done anything. But I went to the O2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw the many statuses.
Yeah. Not from me.
No.
Not from me.
I saw you in like one picture.
Yeah, I was there. I mean, I think the last time I saw... Were we podcasting the last time I saw... I think I was, yeah, because I spoke about it.
Yes.
Because it's... for those who don't know, there's a band, McFly, and they were around the same time as Busted, and there was a whole thing, like the lead, one of the members of McFly was the fourth member of Busted.
Yeah. He was the one that wrote the tunes.
He wrote a lot of songs. He co-wrote the songs with Busted, even though he wasn't a member of Busted. They sort of kicked him out, so to speak, like, oh no, we'd just be a three-piece sort of thing. But he's still made bank off of them. And then he set up a band, set up McFly, who as far as bands, they're in a weird space, aren't they? Because they're kind of a boy band, but they're not.
No, because
they're
they
a pop
actually
band,
play
but
music.
They write and play their own stuff,
yeah.
and they're not bad songs. They're really good pop songs.
It's a strange niche to be in because you kind of think like boy band is like, you know, Boys Own One Direction. Take that.
For our international listeners, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC.
Yeah. But yeah, you don't associate that kind of thing with actual musicianship, whereas these guys actually do write and play their own
Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it, obviously they're nowhere near as influential, but they're like what the Beatles were back in the day.
Or the Monkees.
Or more like the Monkees than the Beatles, yeah. They're a legit... Well, no, because the Monkees didn't write their own... They were a completely manufactured band, weren't they?
But
so they're sort of in that frame. They're like really popular. Majority, I suppose, like 80% of their fan base are female. But yeah, they write good pop songs and they play their own instruments. They got really good voices. They're a really tight band. But this has been their first gig for like 4 or 5 years.
Right, okay. So since the last time we talked about them, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. That was their last tour.
Right.
Or they did one after that, I think. But so they announced that they were doing a one-off O2 show. So Liz had to get tickets. And after because they've never been a band that I really like. Like, they're good. They make good songs. You can listen to them. They're not offensive. But when I went to see them at Wembley Arena last time, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like you wouldn't really call yourself a fan of them.
No, but they're good.
Can appreciate
I really enjoyed it. Like, I went to the concert, I was singing and dancing.
Sure.
I really enjoyed it. It was a really good night. The annoying thing is I was supposed to start on nights last week. So I booked the Wednesday night off because I knew the show was coming up. And then the week before, someone said, do you mind switching to days because we need someone to drive? Oh, no. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'll switch to days. And then I told Liz, and she's like, but we're going to the O2 on Wednesday night. So then you're going to go to work on Thursday morning. I was like, oh, shit. Oh, it should be all right. Like, it'll be all right because,
sure.
O2, if the concert, if it finishes at 10:30, be home sort of around midnight, go to bed.
Depends.
Be at work 7:30 the next day. It's a little less sleep than like, it's doable. It's doable. And then so I popped in on the Monday to sort of help with a group. I was supposed to be off. I popped in to help with a group. Someone says to me, you're going to have to come in earlier on Thursday because the appointment's at 9 o'clock. It's in Woolwich. So, shit. What sort of time? Like, 6, 7 o'clock? I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, all right. So needless to say, Thursday, I was just... And it's a 12 and a half hour, 13-hour shift.
Yeah.
I was fucked. Absolutely.
Ooh.
But I did it. I enjoyed myself. It was great. It's a good night. I just love going to concerts. And we're going to see them twice next year as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're back, are they?
Yes, they're back. They're writing new songs and stuff. Yeah, because what happened, the last tour they went... So I went to a tour called Memory Lane, which is sort of like demos and unreleased songs.
Oh, right.
Almost like a best of as well. It's a best of with demos and unreleased stuff. Because they've got like 6, 7 albums. And they did a tour afterwards and they were like, oh yeah, we're writing new stuff. And they played a couple of their new songs on this next tour they did. And then the album never came out and they never toured it and stuff like that. So in the lead up to this O2 show, they were releasing a song every week from that session.
Right.
So they've sort of got a new album, but they're only demos. They're not the full thing. But yeah, so it's quite good. Yeah, they did it very well.
Good night out. Who are the supports? Because I think last time you saw them, it was the Vamps.
Oh,
who went on to get quite big for about 2 years.
No, it was a band called Chapter 13, who were a Britain's Got Talent band. Oh. They were on Britain's Got Talent, and the singer from McFly was like, they're really good. And then he sort of mentored them, and I suppose helped write songs for them, because he saw the money.
Yeah.
He saw the money with them, which is fair enough. They were okay.
Yeah. Sure.
They're young, they're like 15, 16 years.
Oh, wow.
Playing at the O2.
Yeah. Because, that can happen somehow.
I wasn't envious at all.
No.
Oh, no,
No, Brixton, maybe.
Yeah.
Places that we actually went when we were young to watch bands that, meant things to us at that point.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy at work about, because we went, he says, McFly, as most people do. So I'm going to see McFly. They go, McFly? Yes, McFly.
Sorry.
But he was saying, he goes, I remember one of my first gigs was X or Y. And I was like, okay. Yeah. I said, my first gig was either Green Day at Wembley Arena or Bon Jovi at Milton Keynes. I can't remember. He said, you went, so you go to those sorts of quite big venues, do you? I was like, well, I prefer smaller venues like the Astoria. He goes, that's still a pretty big venue, isn't it? I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you get like a couple of hundred in there, can't you?
Where's he going?
And I was like, oh, you're like legitimate underground sort of 40, like 20, 30 people gigs. Oh, you're hardcore. Oh, wow. I hate that.
Oh, man. Yeah, we were... what was it we were talking
Astoria was an incredible venue.
I went once.
You only went to Astoria once?
All the bands I ever saw went to Brixton.
Yeah.
Like I very rarely went anywhere else but Brixton.
Yeah.
I went to Astoria once to watch Disturbed.
Nice.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty good venue for that, yeah.
And Kentish Town Forum was Newfound Glory was my first one.
Kentish Town Forum's good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I'm going back. We're going back there.
We are.
In February. It's not far off now. Looking forward to that a lot.
Very much so. That's
going
to be sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah.
About the Hammersmith?
No, never did Hammersmith Apollo. I've done the Islington Academy a couple of times.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the Underworld once in Camden.
Yeah. Have you ever done the Roundhouse at Camden?
No.
That's a weird venue.
Yeah, it's round, right?
Yeah, it's round.
Is the stage in the round?
No.
No?
The stage is to one, I would say corner, but it's not. One edge.
Yeah. Well,
but
actually, it's technically a circle and it has one edge. It's to one slice.
What? It's a wall. It's up against
one bit of the wall.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah,
but the weird thing about it is you've got the inner round, and then you've got like pillars, big columns.
Right.
Even, they're columns, and then you've got people you can stand to the outside of the columns as well.
Oh, right.
So, and then there's column, like it's weird.
Yeah,
it's quite good. I saw. Hailstorm was supporting, but I can't remember who we actually went to see. I'll put it for my Valentine.
Right.
With Hailstorm supporting, Hailstorm just stole the show because they were fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, so I went there once. Yeah, the story I've been to a few times. Generally, a funeral for a friend.
Right.
I think I saw a couple of times there.
Yeah.
I think I've seen Less Than Jake there.
Okay.
Have I?
That would have been.
No, I don't know if it was.
Because I saw Less Than Jake in the Birmingham Academy.
Yeah.
And that was a weird one because you had like a mezzanine level.
Yes. Yeah, and I was it the same? No,
it was the same tour. You went down this way though.
No, I went to Anthem tour up at Birmingham Academy.
Oh, did you?
With Corky, Ali, and Stuart.
Yeah, no, this is while I was at uni.
So, hang on, we're having this conversation. I'm mentioning people's names. I looked at the microphone like, oh yeah, we're recording. Anyway, but yeah, I prefer those sort of maybe 150, 200 sort of people, like capacity venues. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, but the Birmingham, you're right, is weird because as you enter, you're on the mezzanine.
You're on the mezzanine, and then you go down onto the dance floor.
Yeah,
or the wherever it is. It's just an interesting kind of setup. It's a weird setup. It's not kind of regular. What's going on?
My laptop just said you're running. Oh no, it's charging now. Something was loose.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. I was like, oh fuck. Yeah, that's a weird one. But I've seen AFI and Less Than Jake there. They were really good. Jim McFly was back to the start of the conversation. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, it's just work and that really. Yeah. And decorating.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Not really. We've paid. We were having so. Remember, I said to you we were doing DIY. I paid for our kitchen now.
Yeah.
That's going to be done in January, but we need some structural work done first. Because we're getting rid of the back door that's in the kitchen.
Right.
Having French doors in the dining room. Like, you can't picture it because you've never been to the house.
No, true. But
yeah.
It's a big job.
Yes. Yeah.
My favourite type of job.
Speaking of big jobs. Sorry. For those who don't know, job is a slang term for a shit.
A wee job here.
A wee job here. Speaking of big jobs, there was a guy at work. I need to say this because it's just popped into my head, right? And cool. Shit talk is great. There's a guy at work, and his toilet kept blocking, and we're like, "What are you doing?" And he has It's weird. He has diabetes, and when his sugar levels get low, which is low for him, but actually normal range for others. It's weird. He gets really confused and stuff like that. He's incontinent, so he's got incontinence pads. And we're like, how are you disposing of your incontinence? Are you putting them down the toilet? Like, is that why it's getting blocked up? And we've been trying, and it kept blocking and blocking. And we're like, what the fuck's going on? And then we knew his toilet was slow flushing, so he was in the computer room at some point. The maintenance came up, and we're like, come on, let's go and sort out this toilet. And the maintenance guy was walking ahead of me, and he went in and went, fuck me, you got to come and see this. I was like, what? And I went in there, and no word of a lie, it's
10:35 in the morning. I've only just had a bacon sandwich.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm not going to describe what it like. It was one end of it was in the bowl, the other end was up to rim level.
Oh, so it was a rate my poo.
It was. I don't know how you would describe.
Like 6 centimeters dilated?
Yeah, like genuinely, it must. I don't know how we didn't hear him scream.
And
it was standing up under its own. Like it was solid.
Girthy.
It was solid.
Jesus Christ.
Like I know, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
That's
Yeah, and it was one of those things. If it was yours, you would have taken a picture of it. It was just that sort of thing. Anyway, you said big job, so
and that is
a big job. Yeah.
Does ratemypoo.com still exist?
I don't know.
Kind of feel like I want to do a safe search on that one.
I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
I'm still there.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's not a great website. It's got to be said. And actually, the top post.
Oh, of course.
The biggest piece of shit. There's a picture of Donald Trump.
Amazing.
In fact, it's the only picture on the entire site by the looks of it now. User comments first 16 below. The first being 12/11/2003.
Wow.
Yeah.
So people haven't been using it very often, but it's still there for you.
However, yeah, it's still there if you want. I can't believe it's still there. Who's paying for that?
God. Do you remember? There was some that Rate My Poo, like some of the websites that existed in that era.
Steak and Cheese.
Well, I've never seen that.
Oh, did you not go to Steak and Cheese? It was kind of like it was a mixture between like B3TA or Weeble stuff.
Oh, okay.
And Faces of Death.
Oh, really?
Like it had, like if you clicked on the wrong link, you were seeing horrendous shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was a mixture of humour and horror,
grotesque stuff.
Yeah,
yeah. But I'm thinking in the Rate My.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Umbrella, like you got Rate My Poo, which is fine. But then you had like stuff like Rate My Mate.
Yeah.
And Rate My Face.
Yeah. Yeah. It was all a little bit kind of, well, creepy when you think about it.
Yeah. You wouldn't now, would you?
No, certainly not. Although, no, what you do now is that you download an app to like put a little mask on your face instead, and then share that around the internet.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's effectively the same thing. That kind of information sharing.
Well, I mean, like in that instant, like at least with like, excuse me, Rate My Face. What was the one? Was it Rate My Face? Was the one where it was literally just pictures of people? It wasn't just their face; it was actually the person. You rate them out of 10, whereas now it's just Tinder, swipe left or right.
Yeah,
like,
no, precisely.
It's kind of there's like, no rating you out of 10. It's like yes or no.
Yeah, it was kind of like, it wasn't really a dating site.
No,
because it was just literally like
thing.
Yeah, precisely. It
Massively.
was like I've taken a picture of myself. How do you rate me?
Yeah.
It was in the time of like literally people would be like, oh, she's a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, which people still do. To be fair.
Yeah.
You know, people describe themselves ironically, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, but it was not ironic back in the early 2000s, I would say.
It's strange that you have that, and I suppose Instagram is a sort of vanity thing now. People sort of spend ages doing Instagrams. TikTok now.
Yeah, I've still not jumped on board with TikTok.
No.
I've not even looked at it.
But again, TikTok's one of those ones. Some people use it like for funny things. Like Andrew, a listener Andrew, who used to do Vine. Yeah. For comedy stuff, I think he's moved over to TikTok. I don't think he's as active there. I'm not on TikTok, so I don't know. But then there's also that sort of preteen girls, or even bloody some adult some adults use it as a sort of vanity thing. And it's a lot of miming to songs.
Oh, really? Is that
or
the thing?
miming to like audio that somebody else has recorded.
Right.
It's,
okay.
I don't.
Well, that sounds easy. Maybe we should jump on board.
Maybe
with
we
that
should
shit.
jump on board. An ABH TikTok.
Well, I follow a Twitter account called The State of LinkedIn.
Okay.
And it's literally people taking the most ridiculous shit that people post on LinkedIn and
really?
reposting it on Twitter. And like it's all that. I don't know whether you spend a lot of time on LinkedIn, but like
I'm not an active user. I don't really get it.
People
I don't get it.
Well,
I know
some
what
people
it's for.
use it like a social media platform, and they post these like vacuous kind of they're one step above kind of a motivational quote type things.
Oh.
But some of the stuff is like, you know that they're making this shit up because it just sounds so ridiculous. I'm going to see if I can find an example because it's just, it's people kind of
because I know you're quite active on there, but you're in the sort of job where you need a LinkedIn profile, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're in that industry where you need a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, it's...
and you repost your articles that you're publishing and things like that.
Yeah. But some people do still use it like any other kind of social media account.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's not what it's for.
No.
It is an industry thing, isn't it? It's... I have a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
But
so,
it's all
like,
over the
for
place.
example, this one, why I sold my car. When I bought my stunning car, I thought I had made it. It made me feel great and gave me such a dopamine hit. I loved driving it and showing it off. Little did I realise this dopamine rush would be short-lived. After having the car for about 2 years, I realised it was just a car, and I worked out that the depreciation was around £48 a day. Wow. This was a grounding moment for me. I realised that my kids wouldn't remember me for having a great car. They would remember me for being a great dad and taking them on amazing holidays and creating memories. I decided right then and there that my car had to go. I sold it 3 days later and haven't looked back since. The car didn't define me, not at all. It was just stuff, and stuff makes us happy for just a few moments. Then life goes back to normal. Happiness versus pleasure. I would rather be creating happy memories with the money this car was costing and be a better dad. Stuff really doesn't make you happy. # property investing. And he's also posted a picture of his Jag that he sold.
Right. My question.
Yeah.
Now, is that you're reading that from LinkedIn or are you reading that from the Twitter?
From the Twitter.
Okay, because I would hazard a guess that guy who posted that is promoting some product.
He's a software/property mentor. Mm-hmm.
There you go. So I reckon that guy posted that and he says # property investing. He's selling products telling people how to invest in property for a profit. Cause I think LinkedIn, you're either using it to promote yourself as an employee or as a potential future employee of a company. Using it as a CV, basically, aren't you? Your resume.
Yeah, of course.
Or you're using it to promote some
service,
get rich quick fitness. Like you're promoting yourself as a knowledgeable person, as an expert in an industry.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
To sell stuff. It'd be affiliate marketing.
They're also like, I mean that. There are also ones where like it's like showing off what a great boss they are because so and so came into an interview really late and sweaty because they'd missed a thing and they were like, oh, why don't you come back in tomorrow instead and we won't do this now, and then they gave her a chance and now she's and it's like
now she's the best.
Virtue signaling essentially. What a great person they are.
Terrific.
But the reason that I brought up this thing is that there's TikTok has become a thing that people are putting on their LinkedIn pages. This person here, TikTok star, 1.2 million followers / leading expert in TikTok is their qualification.
Jesus.
That they've put on their LinkedIn
They're
account.
an influencer.
Yeah.
Well, there's that Celebrity X Factor. I didn't realise was a thing.
Oh, right.
But it was on last night when Liz turned over to watch I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah.
Get me out of here. we caught the end of it,
Mm.
and there was were they Sam and Max? I think they were called. Like,
That
there's
rings a
two
bell.
boys.
Yeah, weren't they from like were they a CBeebies thing or like?
No, that's Sam. Oh, maybe. I'm trying to think. I can't remember their names, but it was something like one of them was Max. I can't remember what the other guy's name was. Anyway, they're two young guys, and we're like, "Who are they?" And Chloe kept saying their name. It's them. I'm like, "But where are they from?" Like, well, I don't recognise them. There was only one celebrity I recognised on Celebrity X Factor out of like 6 people. It was
Right.
Vinnie Jones.
Vinnie Jones. Wow.
But then there
Although
was
to be
these two
fair,
young
he's released albums, hasn't he? He's done
I
that
think
kind of
so.
croony thing.
I think so. But these two lads were famous because they made a name for themselves on the previous iteration of TikTok, which was Musical.ly, which became TikTok.
Oh right. Okay.
So that's how they became famous.
Oh. Right.
The
right.
celebrities
Yeah.
through TikTok.
Well, it's like Strictly the last couple of years they've had social media people on there.
Yeah. YouTube, I think, is a legitimate thing now. When people become celebrities on YouTube, but I'm talking like Hannah Hart. Do you know Hannah? Yeah, okay.
No.
My Drunk Kitchen. Okay. So
Right.
for me, she's like massive.
See, but I still do not
Hank Green?
watch. No, I don't watch YouTube.
Okay.
Like, it might be legitimate for people that watch YouTube.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not legitimate for me. Like, I have no fucking clue who any of these
But
people
Hank
are.
Green's also an author, and The Fault in Our Stars. You know that film, The Fault
Right,
in Our
yeah,
Stars.
yeah.
He wrote that.
Okay,
Like that's his.
well, that's cool. He's had a book published
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's had a film made out of it. That makes you a celebrity. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got a skill. Well done.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway.
I just don't get
You
it.
don't
mate.
get
I really
YouTube. I
don't.
know, I
No,
know.
We're still waiting for that reactor to come on
Yes, I know. I'm
and
sorry.
explaining it to me.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's go back. So I was saying about LinkedIn. You use it in the industry you're into to share articles that you publish and stuff like that. Have you published any about the Cybertruck yet?
No, Cybertruck.
You've not seen the Cybertruck?
It depends. I don't know. I've seen a lot of autonomous and. Like,
No. This is Tesla Cybertruck.
I've just seen it now. Yeah. I mean, it literally like 18 minutes ago. BBC
Oh, okay.
put this up.
They
so,
announced it like 2-3 days ago now.
I was in the air.
Oh, you were, weren't you? Good point.
I've literally only just seen this
Yeah.
right now.
Has it got a
Right.
picture of the truck?
Yeah. It looks like a kind of truck DeLorean or something.
It's fucking horrible, isn't it?
Yeah, like 150,000 orders after. Oh, Tesla truck gets 150,000 orders after launch hiccup.
Oh, I don't know about the launch hiccup.
Yeah.
But it's
It's
I don't know what it is.
no,
It's supposed to be a pickup truck.
except it doesn't have a flatbed at the
I think
back.
it does, but
unless it
it's
does.
not obvious.
But yeah. I can. The only picture they've got on the
Is it a side on?
thing is a side on,
Yeah.
which makes it look even more horrific than I'm sure it really does in real life. But it's angular. Everything's angles on it.
But why is he called it a Cybertruck?
I don't know. I think he's
there
genuinely
you go.
starting to go off the rails.
That's the back of it.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. So it does have a flatbed.
It's horrible.
It's really nasty looking.
I don't think, from what I understand, they didn't announce how heavy it is.
Right.
Like, it has no weight.
I mean, it looks like it's made from solid aluminium, doesn't it? Or like steel.
I think,
Which is why I said DeLorean first off.
Yeah, they also did a live sort of demonstration of its armoured windows.
Yes.
They threw a steel ball at it.
I was going to say that 2 of the windows are smashed
Yes.
on here.
They smashed it.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be armed. But again, it didn't. They only shattered, but they stayed. So like nothing
I
got
think
through
that was the hiccup
it. Oh, I
that
see.
they're talking about. Like, it's received almost 150,000 orders for the new pickup truck, despite the embarrassing hiccup. Mr. Musk was caught out on stage when the windows of the Cybertruck shattered during a demonstration, supposedly to show their durability. Tesla shares dived 6.1% after the event on Thursday, and
Wow.
several bad reviews. Yeah. With its distinct angular design, the electric truck was greeted with cheers, but also bemusement.
Yeah, and there's a lot of memes been going out about it as well. So like that.
Oh right, so it's got like is that Halo?
Yeah.
Yeah. with the
So they say it
mounted
looks
gun
like the
on back.
Warthog from
yeah,
Halo.
It does a bit, to be fair.
They're saying it looks like something from Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Looks like a vehicle from Blade Runner.
It just looks awful.
People have put up like Microsoft Paint. It says Elon, age 4. It's just fucking horrible. I don't like it, but some people like
Yeah, I mean, it's getting
it
mixed.
because it's horrible. But
Yeah.
in the same way that I like English Bull Terriers because they're ugly.
Mm.
And I think it's that sort of thing. It's like the English Bull Terrier of the pickup truck.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know. It like all the other Tesla products look amazing though.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Now, last year sometime, there was someone, she's like an engineer on YouTube. She makes bad robots, like shitty
Oh, I know.
robots.
Yeah.
Did you see
really
what she
funny.
did with the Tesla?
No.
Okay. Now, she took a Tesla Model S or a Model 3 and turned it in. She wanted a pickup truck. So she made her own one out of the carcass of it and made a whole video on it and called it the Truckla.
Yeah.
So look up the Truckla
Okay.
and tell me
I'm
which
going
one.
to do it on here rather than my laptop.
And you tell me which one's nice.
Well, I'm
Nicest.
sure it'll be that one.
No, yeah.
Truck.
Spoiler. Buried the lead a little bit, didn't I? Simone Giertz, that's her name.
Yeah. Right, yeah, so she's made something that looks like a kind of crossover saloon SUV truck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
road legal and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
she's cut the backs, behind the pillar of the driver passenger door, and then taken out the back of the car and made it into a flatbed, and put like a roof racky type thing on the back of it. Yeah.
She made a whole video of it. It's really good. It's really
looks
interesting
functional,
video. Yes.
and it looks like
And it's nice.
yeah, it doesn't look like some sort of like Battlestar Galactica type
It's weird.
spaceship on wheels.
It's so weird.
I would rather buy her one.
Her version
Yeah.
than Tesla's actual one, yeah.
Like, what kind of person buys the Cybertruck? Like,
Someone with too much money.
yeah. Do you think it's going to be the guys who like drive around in Hummers and things like that?
Yeah, but even the Hummer was not bad looking.
Yeah. Like it was a street going version of a military vehicle.
But that's... And people are like tweeting him saying, like, just give us a hover car already.
Yeah.
Like-
Stop doing this weird shit. Do something super weird. Like, do something that's actually nice but weird.
I've just remembered. So the metal they're using for the body on the Cybertruck is the same metal they're using for the SpaceX
Of course
rockets.
it is. Yeah, of course. Because, that's a great idea that isn't burning. How do any of his things make any money at all?
I don't know.
Like, this has always been my thing with Elon Musk. Like, where is the money actually coming from?
I know.
The guy, I don't know. We're gonna find. I mean, he's starting to lose his shit here. This is just strange now.
Yeah, he's building space stuff. He's building armoured pickup trucks
Yeah.
to carry these
The
weapons.
Boring Company is something that can drill tunnels under the crust of the earth. Like, it's just all James Bond villain level
really
type
is.
shit. It's and like ever since that interview where he was smoking weed with what's his
Joe
face,
Rogan.
it seems like people have really kind of gone, wow, you really only do have 2 hours sleep a night, don't you?
Yeah, this is all. It is all the sort of mind of someone who's just. He's completely delusional. He only has 2 hours of sleep a night, so anything he makes is like from haze. It's
like
like
a fever dream.
Yeah, he's having like delusions. He just, hey, that's a good idea, and he
Yeah.
just phones his mate and goes, build this, and. In the same way, Kevin Smith only has yes men. He has yes. That's all he has. He has yes men.
Yeah. But
He's
I
like,
think,
build this, and they're like, how much are you paying me? Okay, yeah, I'll build it for you.
but I think after the Joe Rogan interview and a few things that came out around about that time, he was thrown off the board, wasn't he, of Tesla?
That was
'Cause
was
they
that
were
when he
like-
called the guy a paedophile who was trying to help the
Yeah.
minors.
Yeah, that was that thing, wasn't it? And they took it up because basically shares were diving, and Tesla doesn't make a lot of money on what it sells anyway. And they were like, you can't be involved in the day-to-day running of this company anymore. Bye.
Yeah, but the weird thing is with Tesla is they are at the front of like the electric vehicle market. Like
they have
because they've
forced...
done their all of the other companies now,
Yeah.
like Ford have got theirs, and Peugeot
Yeah.
have got theirs, and Vauxhall have got their Is it an e-Corsa?
Yeah, I mean this Q1 of next year is going to be the new ID range from Volkswagen.
Oh,
as
really?
Well. Like
Oh,
they
okay.
are coming out as a range in
Right.
like January, February, March.
They're bringing out a whole range of electric vehicles.
Yeah, the
Wow.
ID Buzz, which is the camper van.
Nice electric camper van.
Yeah.
Sweet.
There's a ID. They're all ID something. Or
yeah.
But there's like a kind of super mini, and then there's like an SUV size one, which is only going to be on sale in America. But then there's like a saloon size one that's going to be over here. So rather than being an e-Golf, which is just a Golf with the engine taken out and electric motors put in, it's not really designed
These
to be.
are gonna be new.
These are specifically designed to be as aerodynamically efficient as possible, as lightweight as possible. Like
Wow.
the materials that go in to make it everything is optimized to be as efficient as an electric vehicle can be.
Yeah, because I know the other day, last week, I think it was, Ford announced their electric, like Mustang. Didn't they?
That's right. Yeah. Because I was at Ford 2 weeks ago in Germany,
Right.
and one of the guys there was saying, we've got a big event with Idris Elba out in America on next week,
Yeah.
and it's going to be our first all electric vehicle. And
Yeah,
I was like,
'cause-
so I don't suppose you can tell me. He was like, absolutely not.
Well, because they had up on their website that it's a Mustang-inspired electric vehicle.
Right,
They
yeah,
said it's their electric vehicle. They said it's Mustang-inspired, but
but
that
they
was
didn't.
it.
Yeah, they didn't say it's an electric Mustang.
But yeah, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's
something else. Yeah.
yeah, but it's nice. But again, it's in that just out of the price range of most consumers.
And
It's
this
like
is the
50
thing,
to
isn't it?
60,000. I think.
However, it's one of those things again where like, it's a Mustang Mach-E.
Mach-E, that's it. Yeah. And it's an SUV, I believe.
Yeah, it's kind of like
SUVs have really taken off these
they
last
are
sort of 3 or 4
like
years.
they're the big segment in the industry at the moment. So that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I mean, I still prefer a Mustang-shaped Mustang, but
A Mustang-shaped Mustang
Mach-E.
that has a Mustang engine
yeah,
that
with a
sounds like a
V8.
Mustang that struggles to corner.
Yeah.
That's what a Mustang should be.
Yeah. But no, it's exactly that though. Tesla having come out with this thing first and actually seemingly making somewhat of a success of it, has forced everyone else to be like, right, okay. Because even like Porsche has got the Taycan now, which is a fully electric Porsche, which is nuts. Because like Ferrari have always said like, we're never doing electric, we're not going to go electric, and it's like, well, you're gonna fucking have to.
Because everyone else is.
Yeah. But then I think cars like that, Lamborghini, whatever, they'll probably become super expensive, like even more so than they already are.
Yeah.
And it will be for people that want to drive those cars, and maybe it'll be like you take it out for a weekend, or like it will become like a service rather than a product.
Yeah.
However, some people in the automotive industry think that that's the way the whole industry is going to go. It's service rather than ownership.
Yeah. I mean, you look at these companies that have their cars just parked up, and you rent it for a day from your phone. You just walk up to it. And you're in and you're going.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
It does, to be fair.
Everything's doing it. TV is you used to buy a TV and you just had your free-to-air channels.
Yeah.
And then cable comes out. But now you've got Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon and Amazon Prime and things like that, Prime Video and HBO Go, and it's all becoming a service.
And it's done better for TV because TV is now really, really good. Since we've had even more choice.
Yeah.
For some reason, having tons more choice has made TV better.
But it's way more expensive now.
Yeah, there is that.
People used to complain like, "Oh, I'm paying £60 a month for
Sky."
And now it's like, but now you're paying like £6 a month for, or £8 for Netflix now.
Yeah,
isn't it? 7 or 8 quid for Netflix. You're paying your £6 for Disney. You're paying your and it's mad.
Yeah, when you actually step back and add them all up. That's why I've only got Netflix. I'm not doing Amazon Prime because there's not enough on Amazon Prime.
No.
that I really like. The only things that I've ever done on that, I've rented the occasional movie
Right.
on Prime, but only because it's not on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know, that's where Amazon's better because they've got a lot of this stuff banked up anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it depends who's got the deal with who.
Yeah.
And eventually Netflix will go just Netflix originals anyway, because that's...
Well, that's what they've said, isn't it? That's all they're doing. Because their
in
Disney
the same
stuff's
way
gone
that Disney...
now, because Disney took their stuff to Disney+.
Because that's coming out here in March, isn't it? Disney+.
Yeah.
Is the release date has been announced.
Yes, yeah, it's March.
And there seems to be, because it's already out in America, we've been flooded with Baby Yoda pictures.
Yes.
Even though obviously it's not Yoda, because The Mandalorian is set after Star Wars,
yes,
the saga.
So
it's not Yoda, it's whatever Yoda is.
But the Baby Yoda is better than, or is easier than saying baby whatever species Yoda was. Like, because we don't know what species it's called.
No, we never have done.
So it's a Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Because it's easier. I did stumble across the first episode of The Mandalorian somewhere.
Oh, really? Out in the wild somewhere?
I was just
You weren't looking for it. It just,
no.
It just kind of fell out of a tree like a drop bear or something.
Yeah, exactly like a drop bear. So it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the first episode is like very slow and nothing much really happens. Like it's like a western, right?
Yeah, but it made me realise there's not really much story to tell. With like you're sort of grasping.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some good bits in it. Like there's a bounty hunter robot who's quite cool. But yeah, it's all right. I might watch the second one to see if it actually picks up at all.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that there was so much Baby Yoda stuff online, like when it was coming to the point, I was like, well, I know what he's gonna find.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the problem, isn't it? It's that whole spoiler mentality of it.
Yeah. It's and
Baby it's kind of like, when I went back and did all of Game of Thrones, I was kind of like, I know when things are going to happen because I remember people talking about it.
Yeah.
And that
somebody talks about stuff and you go, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah. But my problem is that I retain a lot of information about stupid shit. Like, I wasn't watching Game of Thrones. Why did I know that the Red Wedding was going to happen at the exact moment that it started happening?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, you saw something happen. You went, "Oh, this is going to be the Red Wedding."
Yeah. And so the element of surprise was taken out of it for me because I I didn't know exactly what happened.
You didn't know the extent of how far they were going to take it.
Yeah.
So it still had the shock value.
Yeah. But yeah, it's that whole thing of like I've read that when The Walking Dead was a thing.
Yeah.
I know it's still a thing, but when it was actually like people were watching it, it was that thing as well. Like, someone's going to die in this episode and you're like, well, we haven't watched it yet. Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah.
You can't stop this kind of thing. Yeah, I just, don't know. Not sure. That said, I'm watching The Watchmen.
Yes, I've heard really good
Fucking
things
hell,
about
it's so good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where is that?
Really good. It's on Sky.
I don't have Sky.
Atlantic or One.
Yeah, I don't have Sky.
So. Oh, right, okay.
Not yet. I think we're going for it because they got a really good Black Friday deal at the minute.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just really good. It's set in modern day, so 30 odd years after the events of... And I thought it was the film that they're going for, but it's not. It's the comic.
Oh, really?
So the squid happened.
Oh, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I actually finished the comic.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure.
Right.
So
Did you see the film?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the film changed the ending.
Yes.
To make it slightly less weird.
Yeah.
Because what actually happened is Ozymandias teleports like
'cause in the film he goes to Mars and just lives there, doesn't he?
Yeah, Dr. Manhattan goes to Mars, but he set him and Ozymandias come up with a plan for Dr. Manhattan to set off like an atomic type level event, and then he fucks off to Mars in exile.
Yeah.
For what he's done, because he's not feeling humanity anyway. He doesn't really see them as a thing. So Ozymandias and him come up with a plan to cause a thing that's going to stop nuclear Armageddon by blowing up half of Manhattan.
Yes.
And then fucking off. What Ozymandias does in the comic is releases this kind of psychic attack where like a giant one-eyed squid monster appears in the center of Manhattan and kills a bunch of people and psychically fucks with a load of people. It's not real.
Yeah. The squid doesn't actually appear and kill people, but he makes people believe it did happen.
Yeah, and that's what stops the nuclear war at the end of the comic. But they're going from that. So I thought it was a direct like it was a TV series that sequelized from the film. But it isn't. It like genuinely deals with the squid.
Cool.
Like in the 4th episode, like it's all about the squid and the effects that it's had on some of the characters.
Wow.
Since like one of these guys is wearing like tin foil in the side of his hat to stop psionic attacks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Wow.
But yeah, like the whole thing starts. I mean, it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like if you can stumble across that in the wild, like a drop there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it somewhere.
But yeah, like the whole thing is now that like vigilantes are not like they're kind of outlawed, but the police all wear masks now.
Oh, okay.
And like Richard Nixon remained president, but Richard Nixon was president in the comic because Dr. Manhattan won the Vietnam War.
Yes.
And so Vietnam is now a state of America.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in the current timeline, Robert Redford is now president.
Oh, wow.
After Richard Nixon resigned. Or like was, who's the next one. So like loads of weird shit. Like it's a total alternate timeline. Yeah. But no, it's really fucking good. And it's got like it's just fucking good.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard lots of really good things about it. Yeah, Mandalorian, like all anyone's talking about is Baby Yoda. They're not talking about whether it's any good or not.
Yeah, whether the storyline's any good or like I mean I heard I listened to Mark Bernardin talk about it this week, and he was very much like, like guy walks into a bar, they talk about money, he kind of goes away, he goes into another bar, they talk about money, he works for money. Like,
so he's a bounty hunter.
Two people with masks on have a conversation, but you don't really know. You can't see their faces, so you don't know really.
So Mandalorians don't ever take off their masks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes one of the credits he gets. I don't know what it is. It's like a metal bar that's apparently used to belong to a Mandalorian race. So like the guy gives it back, and then he gets that melted down and made into a shoulder plate for out of armor.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because.
Right. Yeah. See, this was my fear.
Yeah.
It looks great.
Yeah.
What's the content?
There's not a lot of substance in the first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I shan't be paying money for it straight away, the Disney Plus service, I don't think.
No, I mean, there's a good chance you should be able to stumble across it somewhere.
Yeah.
I managed to stumble across it. So.
But slightly going back to the YouTube thing, I was in Vegas this week.
Yes. Yeah, I was going to say, we sort of spoke about what I did.
No. But like the point was I watched a film that I really think that you'd be into, and I think maybe Chloe would as well.
Right.
Because she's quite into YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? Does she do videos on like Instagram or whatever?
That's TikTok, yeah.
Right. There's a film called 8th Grade.
Right.
By Bo Burnham.
Okay.
Who is
YouTube-y
comedian type thing. And it's about a little girl who makes her own YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
But is giving kind of self-help, but is utterly like clammed up in real life.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Yeah, which I think is all of
girls. Yeah.
All of us.
All of us, yeah.
You know, like in the sense that we're like, just to break the fourth wall, we talk, and we're quite animated and happy, and we talk about mental health and how important it is, but we don't look after ourselves.
No. Yeah.
Which we did talk about last time anyway.
Yeah.
We were saying, I made an appointment, however, didn't follow up.
Yeah, it really struck home.
Yeah. So this film, it is, and this is it. Like, I don't not really wanting to talk about Chloe too much, but she makes videos and she's really confident, blah blah. But in real life, she's not.
Yeah.
she tries to act.
Yeah.
Even in real life, she does act out and stuff like that. But under it all, it's not real. So yeah, it's quite
I would watch it.
Oh, okay. Is it Netflix?
I have no idea. It was on the plane.
Oh, okay. I'm sure.
It was one of about 10 films that I managed to pack in.
Find it somewhere.
Yeah.
You watched 10 films on flights.
Yeah, I watched the new Aladdin. I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, we watched most of it. I think we started it quite late, so we never finished it. But yeah, it's actually not too bad. And Will Smith is
pretty good.
Really good.
Yeah. I also watched Dumbo as well, the Tim Burton one.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah,
it's
unnecessary. Didn't need to make it.
Of course, but none of them did. I didn't watch Jungle Book. Not Jungle Book.
Lion King,
just because I really, honestly don't see the point of that one.
No.
Like the rest, I get it because there are actors in it, and there's like it's actual live action.
Yes.
And that one isn't, so you might as well just watch the fucking cartoon. Like, what extra is there in that?
Somebody said it's good. They did it really well.
I'm sure it is. Yeah. No, I'm sure it is. They're all great.
Yeah, it's how I feel about Beauty and the Beast. It was good. They did really well. They did it really, really well. They even gave some extra backstory, which it's great. It changes things slightly.
Yeah.
It explains stuff. But I've got that knowledge now, and I will. If I want to watch Beauty and the Beast, I will watch the cartoon.
Yeah, with the knowledge of that backstory.
With the knowledge of the backstory.
Yeah, precisely. It's kind of like the Aladdin thing, where I think a lot of people had the issue with like strong female Jasmine becoming Sultan and all that kind of thing. Yeah. I think that was there were some people bitching about that and the new song and the fact that it's pan, all
the new song's really good.
It is, and it's nice that she actually has some agency as well.
Yeah, and there was the whole thing in. I believe the whole point in the cartoon was like she would become Sultan once but she had to get married. Yeah. I'm sure that was in the cartoon that she would become
Whereas
Sultan.
Actually in the film they changed it, didn't they? They gave her sultancy with the power to change the law so that she could marry Aladdin.
Oh, okay. So I never got that far into it, but that makes sense.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've got no problem with it at all.
Yeah, and it's like in Brave, like they changed the law in Brave. Yeah. Like she doesn't have to get married if she doesn't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
She can choose her suit. Like, yeah. Okay.
It's bullshit, isn't it? I watched the first part of it. The new one. It's really good.
It's really good, isn't it? Yeah.
Totally different.
Yeah.
From the original, because they defeat Pennywise with like the power of imagination, and basically in the first one.
Yeah.
With this one, they're shoving iron rods to his face.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's 80s kids for you, as opposed to 50s kids, I guess.
But it's really good, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is really good. I like I didn't find it scary. Like a lot of people found it scary, but I don't.
It was scarier than the original, but
it wasn't.
Scared of clowns. No, me neither.
So he didn't scare me. What scared me was the painting.
Yes. Fucking hell.
Fucked me up. That freaked me the
when
fuck out.
It falls on the floor and he picks it up and puts it back on the wall and it's not in the picture anymore. And you're like, fucking hell, I don't need that shit.
Weird, disfigured.
Yeah, it's like almost like a Picasso-y or a Scream kind of image, isn't it?
Horrible.
Distorted person. And then it appears in the sewers later on, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's terrifying. Yeah. And they do the hobo guy as well, don't they?
Yeah, the kind of leper.
Because you've read the book, haven't you? Yeah. Which in the original they didn't do the leper, did they? Whereas they did in this with that bit in the house. It's really, really good.
Yeah,
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is it a wolf?
And they even allude to the wolf, and also they do the mummy as well in the sewer.
Yeah.
There's a bit where he becomes the mummy, and all the bandages try and grab.
Yes, yeah.
Ben. I think.
Yeah. It's more. They take a lot more from the book, which is really cool.
Even though the individual, like the pit with the picture, isn't one of.
No, that's not.
That's not one of the original scares.
But.
Or things that he's scared of.
But it's good.
But it is good. Yeah. It's really good. I also watched something called Blinded by the Light, which was Bruce Springsteen inspired.
Yeah, that's why in my head I went blinded by the light.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's about an Asian kid in like Luton or something.
Yeah, I really wanted to see that. Actually.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's good fun. It's one of those British kind of rom-com-y.
He was inspired by Bruce Springsteen. And...
Yeah, because it's a real guy.
He's a journalist, yes.
Yeah,
that's how he got into journalism, isn't
he?
Music journalist? Yeah, anyway.
I think he was a music journalist, but he's also like a mega Bruce Springsteen fan.
Yeah.
That's the reason that he's managed to get this thing done, is that he's been to like 500 odd shows, knows Bruce to talk to.
Yeah.
And they've even become friends because of this project.
Yeah.
Like it's like self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah. He wrote it about himself.
Yeah, and then had to get Bruce's permission to use all the music, and somehow managed to convince him that it was a good idea. And also a Jim Jarmusch comedy zombie thing called The Dead Don't Die.
Oh, right.
The only reason I watched it was because of the cast. It had Adam Driver, Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton.
Wow.
Not Danny Glover.
Jesus Christ.
And a couple other people. And it's just this weird little quirky comedy about zombies coming back to the dead in a hick town.
All right.
But I don't know whether I liked it or not. It was really weird. Like, they break the fourth wall occasionally as well, but in a kind of... There's a bit at the start where, like, over the titles, there's this kind of country song playing.
Mm.
Oh, the other one, there's a hobo who lives in the woods, and it's... who's that kind of jazz guy with the raspy voice? Oh, God. Not Nick Nolte, that's an actor. It's... Tom Waits.
Oh, yeah.
He played the devil in Dr. Parnassus and things like that. He's kind of, Anyway, there's a bit where like Adam Driver and Bill Murray are cops in this little sleepy town, and they're driving around. And over the titles, there's this country song called "The Dead Don't Die," written specifically for it.
Yeah.
And then, like 10 minutes later, it comes on the radio in their car, and like Bill Murray's like, "Oh, why do I feel like I know this song?" And then Adam Driver's like, "'Cause it's the theme tune." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And all the dialogue's a little bit like that. You can tell they're just kind of riffing the whole time.
Like it's...
And then there's a bit at the end where, like, there's a bit towards the end, like all the way through, Adam Driver's like, "I don't think this is going to end well." The whole way through. And then they get into a bit towards the end where they're stuck in a car in the middle of a field and they're surrounded by zombies. And he was like, "I told you this wasn't going to end well." He was like, "Why you've been saying that all day? Why did you know this was going to end like this?" And Adam Driver's like, "'Cause I read the script." And then Bill Murray's like, "But Jim gave you the whole script?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "He only gave me the parts of the script with my dialogue in it. You got the whole script?" Like that. It's really weird.
That is weird. It's almost like it's improv.
Yeah, like the whole film felt like improv. It was very, very strange.
Yeah.
Probably not something that I should have been watching at like 2 a.m, technically.
Possibly not. Possibly not. That may not. But no, it's even now for me. It's like what is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then coming back, I watched Us, which is the Jordan Peele thing.
Oh yeah.
With Lupita Nyong'o and
I need to watch.
And that was really good.
Jordan Peele. I've not even seen. Is it
I
Get
haven't
Out?
seen Get Out either.
No.
But I would. I've wanted to.
Yeah.
But A, I'm a wuss, and B,
I haven't had the chance.
I haven't had the chance yet.
But isn't Us a thriller as well, or not?
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Yeah. Okay.
Booksmart was another one, which was like a kind of almost like a super badish type comedy, but about two girls who have done really well at school. They've never gone out to parties, just so they can go to good universities, and then they found out that all the kind of slackers at school are going to good universities as well, and they're like, "Well, we need to go to a party."
So they wasted their time.
Yeah. We don't want to be the only girls who
have never partied.
Yeah, but that was really good actually.
Yeah.
8th grade. Them fighting with my family.
That's really good.
Is really
so
really good. Really great fun.
Yeah.
About Paige, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
And then Wild Rose, which I didn't like at all, but it's probably because I was so tired by that point. But Couldn't be
Couldn't
arsed.
be
It was
arsed.
like a kind of Scottish
Just stuck it on.
film about like a woman whose dream is to be a country singer in Nashville.
Yeah.
But she's kind of at the beginning of the film. She's just got out of prison. Her 2 kids have been staying with her mum. It's really dysfunctional, alcoholic. Like she's just a nasty character who like fucks her whole family off to go to Nashville, basically.
Nice.
And then she comes back and kind of makes amends. But then right at the end, she becomes like quite famous anyway. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
so
Bit of a waste of time.
yeah. So you've been a nasty bastard all the way through this.
Yeah.
And you still get what you want. Like, it was just annoying.
If you enjoyed that Fighting With My Family, I would highly suggest watching the documentary it's based on.
Okay. Oh,
Which
what,
is
the
called
actual...
Fighting With My Family. It's
Yeah.
like a 45-minute Channel 4 documentary.
Oh, right.
That follows the actual family.
Yeah, yeah.
As Paige is becoming...
Because they show clips of them in the kind of credits.
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
they?
yeah. And that's from the documentary as well.
Yeah.
It's really good. Interestingly, when we went to Pontins the other week, it's a holiday camp. We went I think around Halloween time.
Well, this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago? Yeah, October.
Yeah.
End of October we went. The World is it what are they called? The Association WAW, isn't
yeah, it's Worldwide Association Wrestling.
Yeah,
or
something like that. They actually they did a show
Really?
at Pontins, but
Oh,
it was
wow.
obviously none of the family were there.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
anything,
yeah.
but
It's just the same
it was
association.
their association
Yeah.
actually do shows at Pontins.
Right.
It was just really weird. It was
Actually,
really
I
good
don't
fun.
know who Luke wrestles for. I can't remember the name of the... It's not them, though, is it?
No, that's really annoying now.
Yeah.
That's annoying me. But yeah, I really want to go and see them. But yeah, the WAW, because he's Luke Vega, isn't he?
That's right.
Southeast Pro Wrestling.
That's it.
SEPW.
Yeah.
Yeah, but WAW or whatever they're called, they put on a really good show. Like some of them.
Oh, so you went to watch it?
Yeah,
did you?
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wicked. Nice one. Yeah.
Amateur wrestling, you got like, and it was free. Like they just put in a show. We went and watched it, and you know, some of them you just for fuck's sake, shit. Like, but they did the whole like the first match was 2 guys fighting each other, and then there was the disqualification, and then the bad guy's manager is like a guy in drag,
Right.
sort of like broke the rules, and then started having a go, and then they were like, right, he's going to fight for your title at the end of this, and it's going to be a tag team, like him and his brother, and it was just like, so then they did that. So then they went and had a rest, and there was another match, and then the main event was this tag team fight. And
So they were telling a story from the beginning of the night to the end of the night.
Yeah, it was interesting, and then obviously they're going to carry that through. So now there's a new champion, and it's going to carry on through. But then the guy who was doing the announcing, who was one of the blue coats, he's one of the entertainers there. He actually got involved as well and took out one of the double clothesline the bad guys. It's just. Yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah.
It's so cheesy, but you get right into it when you're there. It's funny.
So, I mean, like I've never been a huge fan of wrestling, but I did used to watch it back in the WWF before it was WWE.
Like the Hulk Hogan, Sergeant
like
Slaughter, Legion of Doom.
Yeah, and the beginnings of The Undertaker and people like that.
Yeah, I mean, I went to see WWF down in Brighton.
Did you?
At the Brighton
Did
Centre.
you?
Yeah.
All right.
That was good fun. I was really young. Scared of the dark at the time, so when The Undertaker came out, I was terrified.
Right, yeah.
But...
Well, there was all this mythology
it's weird
about
to think
him
The Undertaker's a good guy as well now. Like,
Yeah.
it was when he had Paul Bearer with him.
Yeah, it was when all the mythology around him that he was actually undead or something.
Yeah.
It?
Do you remember the Paul Bearer time?
Yeah.
His voice. Yeah, and then Kane came into it, who was Undertaker's brother, who Undertaker like completely disfigured his face.
Yeah.
That's why he never took off his mask.
Yeah.
And then he did take off his mask, and his
And
face
he was a
wasn't
normal
disfigured
guy.
at all. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
But it's good fun.
Yeah.
Wrestling's just silly, but I do
that
want to
film
go.
was really fucking good.
Yeah,
though.
it's
And like
brilliant.
even like weird little things where like her parents are meeting the parents of the girlfriend.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, so what were you in prison for? Mostly violence.
Mostly
And the thing is, like
violence,
in the end credits, like the guy actually said that.
Yeah.
Mostly violence.
Yeah, but but it wasn't.
It wasn't in the
around
same
the table. It was to the camera. But yeah. Yeah, they took actual bits from it, and I mean, like in real life, like The Rock wasn't what he was in this film.
Yeah.
Like, and she didn't meet The Rock and stuff. And you don't see the training stuff while she's out there.
Yeah.
Like, during the documentary, they weren't allowed to film the WWE stuff. But obviously, because this was a WWE film,
Yeah.
they did it. And Vince Vaughn, brilliant. He's brilliant in it. But yeah, and you see the clips, like, so when she has that fight, her debut fight, it's a recreation of the actual fight. And it's really funny when you watch. You can see on YouTube people that were there when they were filming that scene, because it was at the end of a main,
That's
big
right.
event. When you see them filming, you look at it on YouTube. So she gets to the top rope, pretends to do a jump, then she climbs down, and then she goes and lays on top of the woman, and they're like, "What?"
Yeah.
It looks so bad, but in the film they make it look like she actually jumps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they were saying, I think one of the film podcasts that I listened to had Florence Pugh on there.
Oh, really?
And she was like, it was terrifying because they are the real fans of the thing that were asked to stay behind after the main event had happened, and they're seeing this actor pretend to do the thing, and they really weren't on board with it at first. Like, it was really scary.
Yeah.
These people are properly passionate about the thing.
Yeah, and how weird is it to watch it with Lena Headey playing that character,
Right,
and you really like her in this?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I've seen her in other things. She was the bad guy in Dread as well.
Yes, she was.
She's nasty in that too, but she was really likable in this.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realise, I didn't 100% see that it was her. I was like, I think that might be her, but I wasn't sure. And it took about 10 minutes or so, and I was like, oh, it definitely is. There was something she did, and I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was probably the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, something she did, like, look nicer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Fighting With My Family is definitely something people should watch.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. I watched the documentary and then saw the film.
Okay.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it. And then I sort of, after that, on YouTube, I watched quite a few bits about Paige and, like, what happened to her, like her rise, and then she's still really big in it, but she can't fight anymore.
Yeah.
She's not allowed to fight anymore. It could kill her. Like, but she was only in WWE for a couple of years.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it was a really kind of brief burn, wasn't it? You know?
Massive. She became massive. Yeah. But this, just to come from, like, I think they're from, like, Lowestoft or something, aren't they? Like, and then just like a WWE star.
Seems like the furthest away that you can be from that kind of thing, but it just shows, you know, if you've got that kind of drive. What I liked about the film was, like, the whole kind of conflict between her and her brother as well.
Which is
like,
real.
Yeah.
Totally real. Like,
it was, and you kind of, you know, you understand why he goes massively off the rails, and you can kind of sympathise with him, even though he's being a complete prick.
Yeah,
you're like,
of course,
you know, I get it.
But yeah, it's great, and well, great family as well. Just complete
nutters.
Yeah. But, and I think that whole thing with the blind kid as well is all real.
He's real, yeah.
The blind wrestler. I think that's what his name is, the blind wrestler. Like, it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But I really got no chance to do anything really in Vegas this time around. My kind of
literally just work.
My schedule was wall to wall, like all day, and then in the evening as well.
Was it conferences or?
Yeah,
it's conference.
So really, there's no huge stories to come back from it. I didn't really take any pictures this time because it's all the same fucking thing. Stayed in the same hotel.
Yeah.
You know, don't see the light of day for 48 hours or something ridiculous, you know.
So bored of it. No,
I'm not bored of it, but like, it's work, you know.
What's the point in taking another picture of this?
You know, I did all the pictures last year. And
you did put up a couple of pictures, I think, this time.
I just did the view from my room, basically.
Yeah, at night and then at day in contrast. Yeah. I was looking at it and going, which one was the one where that shooter was?
Yeah. Bit I can't remember which
I think it was the Mirage.
Yeah. It was that or the Mandalay Bay. It was an M1. Mirage was right near me anyway, but yeah.
Yeah, it was one, it's like a Y shape, I think. Anyway.
Yeah. But, yeah, nothing really to
But I do
out.
have a stateside story.
Okay.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
I remember I was saying I couldn't find this one. It was something like a Florida man story, but it wasn't about a Florida man. Florida dog.
Right.
This one is. So this is Ann Sebel's cul-de-sac in Port St. Lucie, Florida. It's It's fairly quiet, apparently. Well, it was, until a dog hopped into its owner's running car, kicked it in reverse, drove it in circles for an hour, and smashed a neighbour's mailbox before safely exiting the vehicle without so much of a scratch.
Right.
Oh, God. And they're like, that's it. Like, this dog got into the car, stuck it in reverse, and it just drove in circles for an hour.
Right.
And there's video of it as well.
Oh, there's actually a video.
There's actually video.
Oh, right. Because a lot of these, what we've found... Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of these, what we found with these kind of Florida man type things is like...
Maybe fake.
Maybe, if not definitely made
This
up.
is CNN.
Right.
So
Okay.
it is real.
Yeah.
But it's like... Oh, God, it's like horrible news reports. Hang on. I just want to skip forward. I mean, it sounds like... When you hear it, you're thinking like it's a stunt driving thing, but... It's just going very, very slowly in circles, like reversing in circles around a cul-de-sac. That's it.
I suppose it's because they've got kind of those... It'll be like a automatic gear shift, won't it?
Yeah.
So
as long as like...
As long as it's in gear, it'll go backwards.
It's driving slowly in circles. And it's like, the thing is, it's a moving car, so you can't really...
No, because you've got to pull the door open the other way.
Yeah, so you can't really get in to help stop it. But then you've got... It's almost like that one we had the other week at the airport with the luggage cart that went out of control, just spinning and spinning.
Yeah.
And there was no one in there.
And eventually someone came along with another vehicle and just smashed it.
Yeah. But that just got a Florida dog, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I need to read this. Just got into a car, drove in reverse. Why is it always Florida?
I don't know. There's something in the water down there, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, I think I saw something on Reddit about Florida man.
I mean,
why is it always Florida? And it's something like, well, it's a state where you can sort of go, you can... Like, it was a weird thing, like things you can do in Florida. It's like, you inject your muscles with this, and you inject your face with that, and then you can go and have pancakes for breakfast. You go and have a round of golf, and then you go and pet an alligator, and it's like, then you go to like Disneyland, and it's sort of Florida's just so weird.
Well, that was that place where there was like a spate of like bath salt, drugged up people being a bit cannibalistic and attacking people, wasn't it? You know, they were high on bath salts or something like that. And it's very strange.
Yeah, there's just so much going on in Florida. Just so much stuff. Like, I'm sure there's a subreddit for Florida man, but I haven't found it yet.
Oh, definitely there will be. We've seen Motorola are bringing back the Razr.
I have, yeah. It's got the foldable screen.
Yeah, which actually folds flat, unlike the Samsung or whatever it is.
Samsung Galaxy Fold.
Yeah, which doesn't fold, and it kind of rests like that, like a V.
Just thick. It's just
but
a big
apparently
brick.
The Razr is going to be just as thick as the old Razr.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah. It's probably one of the most loved phones in the world.
Yeah, because it was like, it was the flip. You could flip it like in Star Trek. Like that was how phones were always supposed to be in the future. I had one. I loved it.
I didn't, unfortunately.
But this new one, I mean, it's going to be way outside of most people's budget.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know what the...
what people think it's going to cost.
Well, it's out, isn't it? Has it been released, or is it just...
I think it's been announced.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be ridiculous.
Motorola Razr 2019 will kick off new price war.
Oh, yeah, I see that in Forbes.
Is it actually Motorola?
Yeah.
Why is this one saying Huawei's?
Oh. Well, it says the Motorola Razr has been blah, 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 blah. Motorola was once popular home, blah, 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 blah. The brand is now owned by Chinese computing firm Lenovo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the new Motorola Razr will be sold for $1,500 starting in the US on the 26th of December. There you go.
So yeah, $1,500. That's what I just saw as well. Which, you know, Nokia, iPhones are like around that price now.
Yeah, I
won't be getting one.
No, me neither.
Not at all.
I don't. Yeah, I'd like something else but an iPhone, I think, and maybe if anything, it would be that.
Yeah, the weird thing is the old Razor used to sort of sit. It wasn't flat, was it? When you opened it,
it wasn't 180 degrees, was it? It kind of had
this
a slight...
would have to be.
Yeah, it would.
To sort of go in line with the touchscreen market. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit...
Just weird, like, old school things coming back.
Well, it's just... It's human nature. It's
Yeah.
like humans, isn't it?
It's
like
weird though, isn't it? Because when mobile phones first came out, it was like a race to see how small they could get.
Yeah.
And now it's like bigger. They're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Because they're not just phones anymore. That's the thing, isn't it?
No.
You know?
No.
And that's the difference. But yeah, it's weird that it's almost got the same dimensions as the old Razor, though. That's what... Because I thought, looking at it, it looks quite chunky.
Yeah, but it's not.
But it's not. And you imagine it's going to be like, you know, thicker than an iPhone. You imagine it would be like that thick folded over, but it's not. It's interesting. Quite like it.
Yeah, it does look nice.
But
yeah,
imagine how expensive it's going to be if that screen breaks.
There are videos of it being used online. It looks like it's got a screen on the front as well. When it's
I
folded.
think it does. Yeah, I think when it's folded over, there is a screen on the front, but you can only use it. Yeah, basic functionality on that.
Yeah,
screen.
So I think it's like for FaceTime. You call FaceTime video calling and things like that. You can use it for, but loads of hands-on videos on YouTube and stuff. Yeah. It doesn't look like it folds flat when it's open.
Oh, really?
Weird.
Oh, so it's still the same kind of obtuse angle.
Yeah.
Fold out.
Interesting.
So it is like the old Razor.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Anyway. Weird. So Sacha Baron Cohen has also hit out at Facebook. I don't know whether you've seen that in the last couple of days, saying that Facebook would literally let Hitler advertise the final solution on Facebook. He said if Facebook had existed in the 1930s, it would have allowed Hitler to perform his anti-Semitic beliefs.
Yeah, Facebook does sort of do the freedom of speech thing.
Yeah. He was talking in a speech in New York. He also criticised Google, Twitter and YouTube for pushing absurdities to billions of people. I love the fact that this is Ali G and Borat saying these things. But we've always, he's always, he's incredibly clever.
Oh, he's an extremely intelligent man. That's the whole thing with his Borat is, although it's completely racist, he's pointing the finger at other people.
Yeah. For kind of having those preconceptions.
For taking it seriously and engaging in this thing. Yeah. It's true, though, like Facebook don't censor quite so much, which is it's a good thing because people get angry that Facebook allow people to share this stuff. Yeah. But it's only because it doesn't align with what they believe that they're angry at it. Because people that believe this stuff don't see a problem with it. Yeah, of course. But there's stuff that we share that we believe in, that we think is, that's right. But then there are people that are going to take offence to what we share. Yeah. And they're probably thinking, why is Facebook allowing him to share this? Yeah. It's like the whole thing about flat earthers and vacuum. Like echo chambers and things flat earthers probably think, well, I can't believe Facebook are allowing them to push their globe theory. Yeah, but the thing is, a theory, it's fact.
No, it's fact, And this is the fucking problem, isn't it? Like, freedom of speech is great, but only if it's a constructive thing. Yes. Like, if you're pushing an agenda that isn't even fucking real and has no basis in reality, no factual things to back it up, you should probably not be allowed to spread that as fact. Yes. Like, it should come with a warning that says this is a satire or this is not real, or with a link to a fact check, group or something.
Well, that would be good. To have a fact check group, wouldn't it?
Yes, wouldn't it just?
If only the Conservatives...
I've missed so much news while I've been away. I was so busy out there that I really I came back and was like, what the fuck has been going on over here?
Did you see what happened?
They set up a fake fact check account or something?
No. So what happened was, I think it was the day that Labour released their manifesto, the Conservatives press account on Twitter, Conservative Party press account on Twitter that already established, changed their logo, changed their picture to be like a factcheck.org, not factcheck.org, but like a fact check thing. It looked legitimate. And they changed their handle, their name, to be like fact checkers. And then they were pushing out all this false information about the Labour Party manifesto.
Yeah. It's really fucking insidious.
How the fuck was that allowed? How are they allowed to sort of stand in this election when they're doing that?
Yeah. I mean, it's blatant lies and blatant
But they're pushing it out of, like, this is fact-checked, Labour are wrong.
Yeah.
And, like, people are looking, oh, look, this fact-check website says Labour... No, that's the Conservative Party press account.
It's a worrying precedent to set in that, like, these political parties can literally do whatever the fuck... Like, it's just proof that the Tory party will do whatever the fuck it wants.
Yeah.
With no regard for, like, morals, ethics.
Yeah. It's fucked up that they're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And still they're allowed to stand.
Yeah.
And you know, this time around, Labour aren't all those... I saw a billboard when I went up to the O2, and I couldn't figure it out because it looked like it was criticising the Conservatives, but it had the Conservative Party logo in the bottom right-hand corner.
Right.
And I could not figure it out. I may have read it wrong. But it was weird.
But if that's the case, then it's badly worded or badly designed.
Yeah. So I couldn't quite figure it out. But either way, it's like Labour, like in the last general election and stuff, have been bad-mouthing like Conservatives and stuff like that. I mean, they do at this point, but they're like, this is what they've said, this is the truth.
Yeah.
So they're doing it in that, but it's not personal attacks, it's not backhanded stuff, it's not trying to dupe the public. They're just like, here's what we've researched and this is what we believe, so have a look. Whereas the Conservatives are going, yeah, but it smells like shit. Like, it's nothing based in fact. It's just sort of like schoolyard tactics.
Yeah. But it kind of represents who's at the top, doesn't it, really?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
It's weird. And I'm glad we're having a general election, but I'm not at all at the same time. Because I can foresee how it's going to go.
Yeah. I could be the most politically switched off I've been in the last 5 years, you know, right now. I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, it's so annoying.
I do care.
Yeah, of course I do.
What I want to happen is not going to happen.
But that's the thing, isn't it? You're so, like, everything I've voted for in the last few years has just been the opposite of what has happened.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. But, like, it's just, yeah.
Did we talk about it last time, how we foresee it going?
I don't know whether we were on air or not.
No. But, like, in my opinion, because I was talking to my brother's wife, because he got married while he was out in Vegas. Out in Florida, sorry.
I was going to say.
Sorry, he
because
was
Carl got married out in Vegas the other week.
Oh, okay. No, my brother got married. They went to Disneyland and got married.
Oh,
Didn't get married in Disneyland, but yeah. So his wife was round and she was talking, and she was saying, like, as much as she doesn't like the Conservatives and she doesn't like Boris, she can't vote for a party that has Corbyn at the helm.
See, it just annoys me, that kind of thing, because it's not him.
No. But that's what she's saying. She can't vote for a party that has him at the helm.
Right.
She doesn't trust him that much that she can't vote that party in because then he's put in charge. See, that I see. What I don't see is people going, yeah, but Corbyn. Which is kind of what she's doing, but she has legitimate concerns about him.
But that doesn't matter. It's policy, isn't it? Like it doesn't matter who's at the figurehead of it.
But she can't see past the stuff he's done, and I haven't researched him enough to know if any of the stuff he's done and said is true.
I think it's all bollocks, isn't it?
Yeah,
like they say he's a terrorist sympathiser. He's not.
Yeah.
They say he's an anti-Semite. I don't believe he is.
No.
Like he's always been anti-racism. He's always been.
Yeah, and
he's always been quite a staunch supporter of...
And this is the thing, because so many people are of that opinion that they don't like Corbyn.
But this has been the smear campaign since before the referendum, basically.
But yeah, and a lot of people, because they say they're not going to vote for him, or they're not going to vote for a party with him at the helm, they don't like him. To me, it's going to be hung parliament. Yeah. And it's like, who the fuck are the Conservatives going to take under their wing as a because I think it's going to go hung parliament in favour of Conservatives.
Yeah, Jo Swinson.
They're going to take her.
Yeah.
What party is she?
Lib Dems.
They won't take Lib Dems.
Yeah, of course they will.
No, because completely opposing views. Boris.
Yeah, but they'll say whatever. Like the Lib Dems
are staunchly against Brexit. So I don't think that will happen this time. It's going to be one of the nationalist parties or the Brexit party.
Yeah. But then they're like the Brexit party are now calling out the Tories as well. Like,
Yeah, but they both
I know
want
that their
Brexit.
policies align. Yeah, I know.
This is the thing. It's going to be that. That's how it's going to go.
I just
it's terrifying.
don't understand what's
And
happening.
if it's hung in favour of Labour, then it'll probably be Labour SNP, won't it?
Yeah.
Which is okay.
Which, whatever.
Except Nicola Sturgeon.
Don't know.
Terrifies me.
I don't know. It's all.
Yeah, I know you don't want to talk about it,
No, not really.
but it's. Anyway.
It's just never ending, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
I can't foresee an end to this whole Brexit bullshit. Like, no one's happy with anything.
No.
And therefore nothing will get pushed through.
We should just kill David Cameron for what he's done.
I think we should just blow up Parliament. Anarchist nation. Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
It's dangerous saying that, but yeah. No, Cameron, just because he wanted another term, just completely fucked the country completely. All these people that are Brexit though, I wanted Brexit. Like, none of them knew.
No.
None of them had any idea that that was a possibility until Cameron held the referendum.
No.
None of them cared that much before.
No. And because they were given a little chance. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Paedophiles.
That's a thing.
Prince Andrew, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happened while I was in the air as well. I'm gutted that I missed that interview because it looked insane.
I didn't watch it, obviously, because I just hear the headlines. I don't go looking at the news.
I haven't gone back to watch it either since I've been back.
That's
because
weird.
But it's like he showed like zero empathy.
Yeah.
And essentially, yeah, his press people, his PR guru resigned because like he went into an interview with a seasoned journalist,
Yeah.
not having prepped
Unprepared,
and
really.
also not having seen any of the questions that he was going to get asked, just because he's that confident and royal
Yeah.
that what he says will be,
Has to be the truth.
yeah.
I swear on my nanny.
It's bizarre.
Or my auntie.
Like, yeah.
What? Yeah.
It's all very strange.
Yeah,
essentially, he's accused of like having sex with a 17-year-old on a number of occasions.
Yeah, it was
to
the
do
same
with that
ring as
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. The same ring of.
Famous paedophiles.
Yeah.
I know that 17 is legal here.
No. I think if, as an adult over 18, you can't.
Age of consent is 16.
Yeah, but you're still considered a minor.
Yeah.
So I think if one of the parties is over 18, it's still statutory.
I mean,
rape.
no, I'm not.
So
I'm not
a 16
saying.
and a 17-year-old could.
Yeah.
But a 16 and an 18-year-old couldn't.
Oh, is that right?
I believe.
Okay.
It would still be statutory rape.
Yeah. Either way, like a 60-odd-year-old and a 17-year-old is fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Like I don't like even.
Regardless.
Yeah.
They're still fucked up.
And having her flown around the world to where he is as well is like, it's just high class prostitution.
Oh, massively. It's skin crawling stuff. What I find odd when you bring up Epstein is like that whole thing surrounding his death, where like Epstein didn't kill himself and stuff like that, and then people are posting it all over like Facebook or Twitter and Reddit, and you're like, yeah, it shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Like, even if he didn't kill himself and he was killed, that's obviously wrong and it shouldn't be covered up like it is. But why are you defending this man?
I don't think it's a defence. I think it's that people wanted to see him in court.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It feels.
It seems like they're defending.
It feels defensive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, I think it's more that he was more than likely killed by whoever the hell needed something covering up.
Yeah.
And had he gone to court to testify, he may have outed a whole bunch of people.
Okay.
But these people have organised and got someone on the inside to do some dirty work and now it will never be able to get back to those people.
Fair enough.
I think that is the problem.
Yeah, okay. I get it. It's just the way I was seeing it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because I was like, are these... Because when I was reading all those things, I was like, you can't be defending this guy, can you?
No.
Like,
yeah, it doesn't seem
a weird
right.
thing. But then I reframed it and was like, oh, right, yeah, because actually he had the power.
He had the power to bring down a lot of people.
Yeah. And I'm sure a wealthy, well-to-do person like that would take a plea deal.
Oh,
I mean, it's even like that rapper who was in, who is it Takeshi 6ix9ine or something like that? A few months ago was being called Snitch 9 because he was basically plea dealing and throwing everyone in whatever gang it was under the bus.
Yeah.
He's basically marked himself out as a dead man.
Yeah.
But because he's put half of this gang behind bars because of his testimony.
Yeah.
And you think, like, that's because you've got a certain lifestyle that you're projecting and a certain lifestyle that you actually live, and you want to keep that cushy little lifestyle, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Jeffrey Epstein would have confessed and would have given a list of people on his books.
Yes.
And that would have, you know, caused more. It would have been U-Tree times...
and worldwide.
You know, right? Yeah.
Especially if his mate, Prince Andrew, was involved.
If you've got royals...
Yeah.
that you're servicing...
You know, if you've got royals, if you've got people that could sort of blacklist royals or say stuff against the royals, you could get them killed in a tunnel in France.
In a tunnel in France, or in a prison cell in New York.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult, is it?
Nope.
If you can orchestrate one.
Not that they did do that.
No.
You know.
But there's a heavy...
I didn't make that connection before about the tunnel in France. That was pure coincidence.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
No? Oh, okay. Just in case.
Yeah, that fucking, like... I mean, the only... I haven't... Since I got back, I got back at like 4 o'clock on Friday night.
Yeah.
Slept for 3 hours, got back up, watched a couple of things that I'd kind of missed out on. Couldn't be bothered to watch anything too heavy.
Yeah.
So, like, watched Have I Got News for You instead.
Nice.
I was like, I'll get my horrific dose of news with a lot of humour.
Yeah. And a smidgen of cynicism.
Yeah. But fucking hell.
Yeah, this... well,
I go away for a week.
Oh, mate. Blew up.
Yeah.
Someone held our beer and we just went for it. Saying about a smidge of cynicism with Have I Got News for You, there's a Croatian woman at work. I worked with her Thursday and Friday, and she was like, "You're so cynical." And I just looked at her, I was like, "I'm English."
Yeah. Oh,
it's in our DNA.
We had
what
this.
We do.
We had this in. There was a round table at one of the things in Vegas.
Yeah.
And there were two British, me and another British guy there, journalists, and it was all about the future of work and kind of modular housing. And they had this guy from a construction company who's building these modular houses. So they're basically like prefabbed,
slot together.
Yeah. I can't remember how it was left now, but like they'd done this really good kind of story where like, we're taking people in from the projects and training them up and blah blah blah. And it was a really good like. And then the guy opposite me, the other English journalist, basically was like, "Yeah, well, but then this is going to happen and blah blah blah." And they were like, "Oh, we were going to leave it on such a high note," and I was just like, "But we're British, we can't let you get away with that. We have to bring that dose of reality to you." And
exactly, it's like this podcast. I was like, "We're nearing the end of the podcast now. Brexit,
paedophiles,
Brexit and paedophiles." And on that note. Oh God! There's the episode title.
It's just our trait, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
But it's a very British thing to be incredibly cynical.
Set yourself up for disappointment.
Yeah.
And you're either proven right or you're having a really nice time.
Yeah.
There's no disappointment.
Yeah. Set your bar low. Set expectations to 0, and that way, if it does miraculously go well,
which, let's be honest, that rarely happens.
So with that, we'll send you into the next 2 weeks. Until next time, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.